6 weeks ago, I couldn't even lift my leg off the bed. Now I'm finally walking without my knee brace. But it wasn't pretty getting here. If you're going through a knee surgery recovery, here's exactly what to expect and what I wish I knew before. For those who don't know me, my name is Jordan Shipp, personal trainer and business owner. And after tearing my ACL, MCL, LCL, and meniscus, I had surgery about a month later and started this long road to recovery. This video covers my first 6 weeks post-op, the pain, the progress, and everything in between. Let's get into it. Week 1, survival mode. My fiance and mother came with me to the hospital for my operation and everything went pretty smoothly. They prepped me, I went under, and I woke up with a brand new knee. I had to be absolutely careful about applying any weight of any kind to my leg, so I crutched my way into the car and my family took me home. That first night was the absolute hardest time. Between constantly waking up and not even be able to function on your own, I was really going through it. So much so, I had to wake up my poor fiance in the middle of the night and have her call my doctor because the pain was just so unbearable. And I have a pretty high pain tolerance. We ended up going back to the hospital for further testing, but everything was fine physically. The hardest parts were exactly what you think. The showering, the bathroom, eating, cooking. I had an extremely hard time with all these things, but I did learn to ask for help where I needed to. I'm so blessed to have such an amazing fiance who's willing to help me through everything. You're just in constant pain during this time, so it's best to try to manage it as responsibly as possible with your prescribed meds and icing whenever you can. I did my best to fit in my PT exercises the ortho gave me, but making sure I was resting was priority number 1. Week number 2, the learning curve. I started getting into my PT exercises a little bit more to make sure the range of motion would be good for whenever I was ready to start walking again, but I can't lie guys, I'm super impatient. But this injury did tell me, it was like a higher power telling me to slow down and take my time with these things. The most daunting thing about the whole surgery was actually my leg and the atrophy that it had, muscle loss that it had suffered. I don't really have big legs, but my leg was looking really twiggy. But on the bright side, around this time, I was able to bend my knee about 90 degrees almost with a significant amount of tightness. But I made sure I was staying consistent, never go to where it hurts. And I also made sure that I adjusted my meals a little bit more and I focused on giving my body the nutrients and necessary components it needed to maximize my recovery. I used a supplement that my doctor had prescribed, or recommended really. It was a bit expensive, but it definitely helped a lot. Around this time was when the cabin fever really started to set in for me. I really hated that I couldn't move on my own or really go outside or get something that I needed. My roommates would leave and go have fun or do something, but I had to hang back. Thankfully, my siblings and my friends came to visit when they could, and that actually helped a lot. I'm so lucky to have such an amazing support system around me that was willing to help out with things, and between helping Alicia out with the dog or bringing over food or just coming over to hang out, play games, it made a world of a difference to me. Because of all this work and the positive energy around me, I was able to start putting pressure on my leg by day 9, which is insane. Usually it takes people 4 to 6 weeks, and I did it in less than 2. It took a lot of consistency and a lot of willingness to take care of my body and not overexert myself, even when I was feeling extremely restless at times. When I saw the physical therapist, he was actually really shocked by my progress that I made in that short amount of time. And he was like, there should be a study started on your recovery. So I was definitely feeling myself after that. Week number 3 to 4, the turning point. By week 3, I was able to comfortably, as much as I could, go back to work, drive to work, and train with my clients. But truth be told, I definitely overdid it the first day. I was exhausted, my leg was swollen from the day, and I needed to cancel the rest of my clients to make sure that I rest properly. So, word of advice, ease yourself back into your work. I thought I was Wolverine, but I am not in fact Logan Howlett. It hurt my pride a bit, but looking back, I just wanted to get back to work and make money in this crazy ass economy, man. Around this time, I really started to feel the pressure to get back to work. Unfortunately, when you work for yourself and you're your only employee, unless you preemptively anticipated something like this to happen, there's no disability or insurance that can cover your time lost. My clients were all very understanding and nice about the injury, but it doesn't help with the bills and errands, unfortunately. In week 4, this is where I started to plateau a little bit with my at-home exercises. My leg strength was coming back, which was really nice, and my mobility was looking fantastic. But the physical therapist really started to work on that tightness of my patellar tendon, like tough. Like he had me like laying down on my stomach and he would bend my knee like heel to butt, and that shit hurt. But I showed a lot more range of motion after that, so go to PT. I also started to feel a lot more confident about being outside for like my friends and family events. So I got to spend some quality time with my fiance and my dog at the park, seeing some family and friends for Memorial Day and birthdays. I just started to feel more like a regular person, you know, not just a handicapped person, but still a person. Like someone would definitely say like what happened all the time, but still a person. Weeks 5 to 6, progress is finally showing. In the last weeks before my ortho for the 6-week checkup, and this is where I was supposed to get rid of the crutches, I felt a lot more confidence in my leg strength and the range of motion of my knee, where I would actually forget my crutches. They're so annoying. Like nobody tells you this, but I had Alicia there to catch me and make sure I would walk around with them because the doctor did order that. But you know, I felt like they weren't doing anything. Like it was helping me with my balance, but I don't know. She's my forever nurse, so I appreciate her staying on top of me and making me stick to the doctor's orders. The exercises started getting easier now, and the pain has actually really subsided for me. Like if I'm standing or working for a good amount of time, it starts to feel a little bit sore and swollen. The tightness is still there, but it's much better than like the weeks before. And then after talking with my ortho after an official 6 weeks, he was extremely happy with my recovery and has let me start walking around again. I still need a stupid ass crutch, but at least no brace. So I'll definitely take it. If I had to sum up the biggest lessons from these 6 weeks, I would definitely say healing is not linear. No matter what you see online, everybody has their own path, their own journey, so don't compare yours to anyone else's. It might take you more time, it might take you less time. The small wins definitely matter, like being able to lift up your leg or even just sleep through the night. It feels like huge accomplishments when you can, because trust me, it is. You definitely need a good support system. You can't do everything on your own. You have to ask for help and just be vulnerable in these situations. Everybody understands. It's a life-changing experience. No matter what the circumstances are, just ask for help. And then be patient and give yourself some grace. If you don't allow yourself the time to heal and rest, you'll never fully recover correctly. If I had some advice for people going through a similar surgery, I would say make sure that you have some creative and fun outlets like reading a book, drawing, solving a puzzle. You just can't let yourself like rot the entire time you're immobile, like watching just a shit ton of shows. Plus it helps time pass a little bit faster than just doom scrolling on your phone, you know. Checking up on old friends and family. You're probably going to get a lot of calls anyways, depending on like if you're posting about it or people know. But yeah, talk to the person you haven't heard from in a while. They're going to appreciate it just as much as it will help you distract yourself from not being able to move a lot. And try to stay in front of the pain. Take your medication responsibly and on schedule. Set alarms, use the prescribed doses, because if you don't, that pain will be unbearable. And if you do feel like something is wrong, call your doctor like right away, get the answers that you need. Probably your ortho would be the first person I would call. And if you guys are recovering from knee surgery too, drop a timeline in the comments. I'd love to be able to connect with you guys and talk. If you're further along, I'd love some tips to help me get back into shape. But if you are like a good amount of time out of surgery and you're finally ready to get back into shape, check out my fitness app, ShipShape Fitness, at www.shipshapefitness.com. I got plenty more updates for you guys coming your way, so please hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment. Let's heal and rebuild together.